currently live in Spain. I have a language school and business, teaching English to many Spanish people and foreign people, basically. And I'm here traveling in Colombia and Ecuador for like 6 weeks, and that's it. And I'd like to tell you my first story, my first visit of South America, which was a long time ago, 2008. And it was backpacking, it was sun, and there was a little bit of miracles going on. Yeah, so it was a magical experience. We first came to South America with my friend, school friend, in 2008, and I was really excited because I was inspired by the films the Diarios de Bicicleta, the Motorcycle Diaries, and the stories of Che Guevara, and his story in South America, which has probably shaped South America in a lot of ways, different countries, different people. So I was really excited. And this is some of the highlights and some of the funny things that happened during my trip. Well, first stop was in Buenos Aires. My mom's Spanish, I have cousins in Buenos Aires, so we stayed with them, and that was great. And then we were at a hostel, and I was like, okay, Buenos Aires is quite relaxing, not much going on. Anyway, we arrived at this hostel, and it was like a 24-hour party. I've never seen anything like it. It was ridiculous. And we had fun, and we met lots of international people. It was great. And then I noticed, like, there was kind of like one guy. He was like sitting in the corner, and I was speaking to his friends, and I said to them, like, "What's up with your friend?" And they're like, "Oh, he's hiding, and he's really depressed." Right? And I was like, "Why? What's up?" "Oh, he met a girl recently, and she's been looking for him." And I'm like, "What does that mean? I don't understand." He's like, anyway, about a few hours later, while he's like hiding in the corner, like really like miserable, there's an announcement on the. There was like a speaker system in the hostel, and someone from downstairs at the thing said, "We're looking for so and so. His name Joseph or whatever. Carolina's looking for you. She's got big news. She's pregnant." I shouldn't have laughed, but I laughed for 15 minutes. It was like, anyway, he went and we never saw him ever again. So that was the first highlight of my trip. From Buenos Aires, I wanted to see the Tierra del Fuego, the Patagonia. Incredible place, I recommend. You must go there. The wildlife is incredible. So we stayed down there, and that was wonderful. And we went to the Torres del Paine, which is a big national park between Argentina and Chile. And so we arrived, and the weather was really bad. So I was like, okay, I've done some hiking, I've done some outdoor stuff before. I'm going to go. My friend stayed. He was like, no, the weather's too bad. Anyway, these guys are walking, and we're walking with this big Dutch guy, like my friend here. He's about 6'6". He's like walking so fast. He walked so fast, and it started snowing. I got lost in a snowstorm. It started like blizzards, and like I was really scared. But after about 2 hours losing everybody, I managed to find my way to a place, and I eventually found safety. But it was really scary when the snow and the weather in Patagonia, it's bad. It's really bad, you know. Anyway, after that experience and seeing the Torres del Paine Park, we were like, the weather was getting really bad because the winter was coming in, right? And we're like, we need to get to the north. We need to go to Chile. So there's a boat. We're looking for a boat that goes through the fjords. It's like the fjords that go up through Chile. And so we went to this guy, and we were looking for a ticket for this boat called the Naviman, right? And they were like, we want a nice boat where we can sleep and we can relax and we can do whatever. And he's like, yeah, no problem. This is a really, really nice boat. No problem. 3-day trip. You know, this is the price, blah, blah, blah. We bought the tickets. We got on. It was full of cattle and pigs and sheep. And it was like, oh my God, it was an experience. So we're on this ship, and the smell was incredible for like 3 days. But anyway, we went on this boat with the farmers, and that was great. So we arrived in Chile, Santiago de Chile. That was a great city as well. Stayed there for some time. And then I got my the longest bus journey of my life. So we decided we were going to go to Mendoza, and we got this bus, and it was going up near the mountains of Aconcagua, like the big mountain Aconcagua, and there was like a big crash, and a lorry crash, and we were stuck for like 6 hours with potatoes all over the road, lorry upside down, and the guy was like, well, welcome to South American roads, eh? This is what it's like. So after waiting about 6 hours, getting to the border was another 3 or 4 hours. So by the time we got to Mendoza, it was like 15 hours or something. It was ridiculous. And my friend says, let's go north. And I didn't realise. I thought it was only like a few hours to the north, south. So we got up to the north. By the time I got there, it was like 40 hours on a bus. It was incredibly exhausting experience. Okay. Anyway, from there we went to the Atacama Desert, San Pedro de Atacama, and that was amazing. We saw the Salar de Uyuni, and blah blah blah. And we got to Lima, did Lima. I got kidnapped in a taxi, so I don't recommend anyone should get kidnapped in a taxi. I got a taxi on the street. I said, can you take me to a police station? He's like, we're going to do a tour. Log. And I'm like, ¿qué haces, tío? ¿Qué haces? ¿Dónde está? You know, and I was like, after about 10 minutes of shouting at him, I finally got the door open, and that was another experience. And then from there, we went to Colombia. That was my first visit to Colombia. Wonderful country. But they don't do the air pass now for Europeans, which I was a little bit disappointed. But you can still fly around Colombia for it's quite cheap, right? Viva Colombia and those airlines. And I managed to go to Venezuela. Venezuela was a safe place. Unfortunately, now there's problems. So I saw some of Venezuela. But I fell in love with the people. I think I come from Europe, like some people here. And Europe, we're so busy, we're so stressed, we're so like focused on ourselves that we're not really that open sometimes. And when I come to South America and I see people that don't really have so much, have less opportunities, have less education, and they still have a smile on their face, and they can still welcome foreign people, I think that's a wonderful thing. So I think this is a continent with a wonderful future. I know I baked some problems, but and that's my story. So yeah, there you go. Thank you.